What's going on, everyone? Sandman here. As you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to give my experience with Brant 2 Scoops Daniel, man. And I've never met. First off, let me just say how it started. Right, I didn't know he had a channel, and then some people got at me saying, "Hey, man, Brant's talking about you," and I listened to it, and I was kind of caught off guard, but then I thought about it. I said, I'll just reach out to him. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if it's going to be a welcome. I don't know if it's going to be ignored. I don't know what to expect. And let me tell you guys, that is one of the coolest fucking dudes I've ever met, man. He is a good man. And his story and getting his side out and his partner's side out opened some eyes, man. I've been found out. I have not been found out. I have recently found out in part to him that I've kind of been lied to about a couple things. Uh, it got me to put the disclaimer up that I was thinking about doing for a long time, which should have been done. That's not all, man. Um, the corruption that this man's dealt with. This man's life was stolen from him at 19 years old. Think about that. Where was I when I was 19? That was 14 years ago. I'm 33. So I was fresh out of high school and college, just starting to deal with the kidney stone issues, just starting to deal with the opioids, and working in an HVAC company doing clean room certification and running the office. Basically, I was an office admin. So, you know, I did a lot of shit right out of right at 19. But this man was involved in an incident where a shotgun went off. Who knows where it was pointed or whatever, but he was given 3 life sentences. Nobody was hit, nobody was shot, nobody was hurt. In his thing, he specifies his paperwork, no medical attention necessary or required, I believe are the words. And he got 3 life sentences at 19. Didn't have priors, none of that. This man's life was stolen from him. And so, if you really think about it, who else is there to blame for the road he had to travel, and he did with honor, integrity, and I don't know, man. He's where he's at because his life was stolen, and I really feel for the dude, man. His life was stolen at 19 years old. I just and then dealing with all the shit he deals with, and people telling on him, not even telling the truth. Uh, I've heard things that uh, people who tell and all that stuff, right? They don't even have to tell the truth. They just have to sign a paper, and by cops bring it to them. You want to go home today, and they sign it, and they're out, and they reoffend their back. Shit, man. I've been told on the channel of people telling on people on the channel, they get out and they go and kill someone. They're back in 5 days. It's just, it's it's fucking ludicrous, man. And I just, I understand where the man's coming from. My eyes definitely been open, man. And I also appreciate him breaking it down that prison politics don't apply to me. I've never said I was in a gang. I've never tried to say I was in a gang. I never said I wanted to be a part of a gang. I never said I want to go to prison. I never said I've been in prison. I've been honest the whole time on YouTube. I have not tried to, and I think that's where he got a misconception off the videos, man, um, of me like trying to be something I'm not. And someone probably got in his ear. I don't know, man. I don't really care because it doesn't matter. But it was just interesting how it started off. But that is one of the coolest fucking dudes I've ever met, man. And everything I was caught off guard, man. Everything I was caught off guard. But I feel for the man. I feel for the brother, dude. He man. And then he said something that resonated, man. That the the media is lying, saying that after the guy threw coffee in his face, hot coffee in his face. I don't know what that dude thought was going to happen. That he beat him up, he fucked him up, and things happen in between. It is what it is. But he threw coffee in the face, and he never said, like the media said, when after he did it, all woods better clean up the yard. And people explained to me, he explained to me and a couple others why that was so foul, because that's like setting him up. Like you can't say that stuff in front of the cops. That's what I was told. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. And everything he said was backed up by his case file. I just feel for the man. Now he was sentenced to California. Now he's going to ADX. I really pray the man gets the 18-month. If he's not just there for transfer, we'll find out soon. But that man's life was stolen from him. And he knew he was never getting out. 3 life sentences in the mid 90s, 96, 95, 96, 95, 97. They were putting people away, giving them 3 strikes for candy bars, man. And now everything's changed, and it's fucked up because he was under 25, and the law came out, and I don't think he was eligible for resentencing or his case to be looked at because he had just, because I think that when that law came out around that time after they did the hunger strike and the Ashker settlement and the hostilities, which is another thing I'm going to talk about real quick, but I'm going to finish the thought. They had all that, and they were taking away life sentences. People were giving them back. People were walking home after being there for 17, 20 years. And that was a good law, man, because your brain is not fully functioned until you're 25. And I can attest to that, man. My thinking around 24, 25 radically changed, man. Radically. You become an adult, you know, all the synapses and the wiring and everything finally connects, and there's no more disconnect in the brain. But he wasn't eligible for that, which is fucked up. And then this Rico case, most of it's just bullshit. I mean, most of it is just bullshit. And what happened to his partner Ronnie, that's beyond fucked up. The whole public knows that they tried to kill the man. Eviscerated gums. I've never heard that before. Eviscerate. They beat this man so fucking hard and so long. He had no more teeth, no more gums. They couldn't tell that broke the fucking bone in the gum, eviscerated his, I mean, leg broken, in the ICU for months. Just now gets back, and he's still separated from his partners. And they're on the same case. But it's just wild that the public knows about this, and none of these cops have been held accountable. Well, what the fuck is that? I don't know, man. It's just really eye-opening, and what the media portrays and what other YouTubers are portraying and trying to speak on. And that gets me. Oh, SNY real quick. I was going to talk about that. The whole trip to create SNY, man, the debriefing and all that. My thoughts are, I'm glad they took that bullshit law away, or rule, whatever it was that you had to debrief to get out of the shoe. I'm glad they took that away. But other than that, I think the debriefing process and SMI was all created as a long game in CDC slash CDCR play, a long play to take power away from the GP, and they just made things a whole lot worse in the process. From what I hear, the most violent yards are the SNY yards, because there's no rules. They got new gangs. It's just wild, man. But most of the murders and most of the violence are occurring on SNY yards, and saying they're putting the statistics over to 12 or 13% of the population, which has left the GP, compared to the 87, 88% SNY. If you just think about the numbers real quick, how the fuck could GP have 90% of the violence? It's the other way around. SNY has 90% of the power. But anyway, so that's my view, and that's probably how a lot of civilians will look at it if they got to be in my position, man. That this man's life was stolen. He lived the best life he could behind the walls. He did what he had to do, and they just keep railroading him because he won't lay down. And that's another thing I noticed, that if you don't lay down, you don't cooperate, you don't do any of that shit, you got nothing coming. And it's not how it's supposed to be. The punishment is the sentence. The punishment is losing your freedom. There should be no more fucking punishment behind. I mean, I understand if you stab someone or beat someone up, yeah, you gotta do something. There's got to be some type of consequences, right? You know, just for law and order. But you know, everyone always says, "Oh, these guys can't follow rules and they go to prison to follow rules." Well, if you think about it, it makes perfect fucking sense. You got people who don't want to follow society's rules, so they go to prison and they follow the rules that they want to follow. It makes sense to me, you know. But it also makes sense that there are people who just don't want to fucking be under any one period, and I understand that. Oh, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know what it's like to deal with that shit behind the walls. I'm just speaking as an outsider. I'm going to try and keep this mostly, you know, to YouTube. And speaking on YouTube, the ego that Dubs has, I've I've seen some egos, man. Holy shit! A man who used to cry about his views, a man who was complicit on helping a gunner scam a mentally handicapped man named Donnie. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was complicit on that. You know, Gunner had to rebrand it. This is not about Gunner, man. It's just about, you know, Dubs. And the easiest way, dude, the easiest way, there's paperwork, there's people who are active, who are active in alleged leadership positions by the CDCR and validated in those positions. And he can talk to you. People, this ain't about race, bro. See, this is what people aren't understanding, man. Dubs' defense is, why are you talking about a Mexican? Well, this motherfucker talks about everyone else under the sun, whether it be Crip, whatever, right? Blood, white, Mexican, north, south, east, west, fucking wicked witch of the east and good witch of the north. I mean, he'll talk about anything, right? And then cries when he's talked about by someone else. Again, that ego is a motherfucker. And and I don't know what it is, but ever since Donald Trump in 2016 came by, if you see people on fucking TV or the internet or something and you rock with them, it just seems to me like, all right, so we're going to rock with people, but we're not going to have any integrity. We're not going to have any accountability. Where's all the responsibility as you as a friend, right? Like if my friend was fucking up, I wouldn't chastise him. I'd be like, come here, dude. Like say I'm Gunner in this example. Just say I'm Gunner. I'll be like, hey, Dubs, bro. I made the video. I said what I said. But I think this would just be best if you just told the story because it'll all go away. Why did you drop out? Why did you brief? And then why do you hide it? And why do you talk shit to other people who dropped out of your brief? It just doesn't make any sense. Like I knew you were no good all the way back in 2000 fucking 18, maybe 19. I knew because the JD situation you got him in. Fucking lying to him, got him in hot water fucking with you. I don't get it, bro. I don't understand how you can just keep thinking me, 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 me. Now it's affecting other people. It's affecting other people. It's affecting your partner Gunner. You know, it's affected JD in the past, and you just make it worse. They're jealous. They don't make money, bro. I'm sure if these cats, like my brother Tim Snow, got up and this is not him, this is not his character, this is not what he does. I'm not saying this is, I'm saying a what if. This is a hypothetical situation. Tim got up and said, all right, Texas Prison Story family, salute y'all. You know, it's your big boy, it's your boy Tim Snow coming back at you. You know how he does it? I like to, you know, I always wonder what he's staring at. Right, let me see if I can get it right. He's always, it's your boy Tim Snow. We're coming back at you. Texas Prison Story family, salute y'all. And then someone, I like to fuck. I'm fucking with you, Tim. I love you, bro. I got nothing but love for you, dude. Same with you, Wack DUDE. Thank you, big bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna mention you later. Um, you double down on the prison politics and the bullshit that I have to deal with, you know, with people, and I got nothing but love and respect for you too, man. And it's just crazy, dude. And then Dubs makes enemies for no reason. Like he's a big bad killer, right? Once he gets a few of the I don't even know how, dude. I can't get drunk off beer. I drink 100 proof vodka. When I drink 100 proof fucking vodka or 151 or something like that. I've got a fucking tolerance. This dude gets in a half a fucking Coors Light or whatever the fuck he drinks, Miller Light, Corona Light, whatever, right? 4% alcohol by volume. That's being generous. The I mean, I have to drink on an empty stomach and all this shit. This is why I don't drink, dude, because it fucks with my body on the amount of alcohol I have to put in. But this dude takes. I'm a level 4 killer. I'll kill your whole fucking family. Ah! And he just goes off, right? And it's just like, they talk shit on their lives. Like, they don't think people aren't watching, recording. And you make enemies out of nowhere, bro. 16 to life, chill. That man has never disrespected you, bro. Chill has always been cool. Chill is chill for a reason. That's why they call him Chill. He's a cool ass motherfucker. And check out his fucking raps, man. I know Chill doesn't do the streaming, and I know, but dude, his intro, uh, AB's, uh, what was it? Big giant sausages. You come NF or Looney, fucking from the Shoonie to the shit. I mean, bro, I can't even remember it. It's such good wordplay, man. But shout out to Chill, bro. I've always liked Chill. I've always had respect for Chill. I've tuned into him since fucking he had 3 or 4 thousand subs, man. And I'm glad he's up, man. He's one of the bigger channels, man. But that's for a reason. And you go ahead and you call this man. I don't want to repeat it, out of respect for Chill, but the P word, what a female has between her legs. And I'm sitting there and I watch this. I go, this dude hadn't even watched the video and he's jumping to conclusions. He just made another fucking enemy. And I'm waiting to see if Chill fucking if he replies, we'll see, man. But this guy Dubs, man. I mean, if there's a playbook for how to fuck up everything when you're caught in a lie, just keep watching. You're caught in a lie, bro. There's paperwork. I put the paperwork out. Fuck the paperwork. 2 scoops. That man's word's fucking law. That man's word's law. Talk to people who are on the yard with you in New Folsom for years and confirmed it. And it's crazy, bro. This is like the playbook on how to nosedive living a lie. This is why I never pretended to be a gangster. This is why I never pretended to be anything. All these other guys, 1090 fake, that fucking lard ass. God, I can't stand that motherfucker. I knew he was lying off the bat. I knew he was lying. You know? As his head grew, so did the fucking stories. And his neck kept fucking, I don't know what's bigger. I think he's got a third tit now. What's bigger, his fucking neck flap or his fucking man titties? But YouTube's a trip, bro. People sell their souls to this. And I've said that since the beginning. I've noticed it. And people know I've said that before. People sell their souls. My soul ain't for sale, man. Never has been, never will be. I didn't sell it to the dope, and I won't sell it to fucking YouTube for whatever, bro. It doesn't matter, dude. This is fun for me. It's a hobby. I like helping people. Anyway, Dubs, you're caught. There's no way out of it. Just admit it. Everyone will just finally go, hey, that's all we wanted, and all the fucking heat will die down, all that. But Mr. Level 4, I'm gonna fucking kill you and your family. And I come one that night, but like Tim said, man, where you come with these, motherfucker, You lucky that man doesn't call you out. I've called you out. Dead silence. But I do want to see that fight between Elle and Gunner. That'd be a fucking good one. Anyway, man, I've been rambling for almost 20 minutes. I don't even know if I made all the points I wanted to make, but I definitely wanted to talk about Scoops and what a good dude he is. And he's got a friend for life here, man. Yeah, I'll keep tabs on him. If Miss D needs help with anything, she can contact me or Tim Snow. She's done a hell of a job holding it down, man. And props to everyone who subscribed to Solid Behind Blue Eyes. That is it, man. So I just wanted to get on, join the discussion. I'm sure I'm going to hear about. I got no fucking right to talk about it, but I do. It's on YouTube. Anything on YouTube I can talk about. I don't get on here and talk about private conversations or shit I know and shit but I don't do that. But what I will do is talk about shit on YouTube. And Dubs is in the free world. That's my world. Behind the walls was his. I don't know. Anyway, Dubs, just tell the fucking truth. Sandman here. I'm out. Catch me later. Peace.